Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
You know where you are. You know what day it is. And you know what time it is. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock Eastern. And, all right. So we're not doing our 10 a.m. slot. Boo-hoo. Right. So you actually are awake. You've had your coffee. You're probably having lunch or you already had your lunch. All I know is your ass is probably sitting down watching Fox right now, watching their pregame, jibber-jabbing on the same BS, picking who's going to win, because guess what? It's Championship Sunday. No, I'm not talking about the ultimate championship. I'm talking about the step to get to the championship in 2 weeks. I'm Charles. Mike over there to my right. Welcome to the show. The Touchdown Crew is live right here. Victor should be coming on here a little bit later. Once, I don't know. Once he wakes up, I guess. He's
right.
Right. So, listen. We've talked about it from the get-go. Eagles, 49ers. We kick off Sunday with the 3 o'clock game all the way there in Philly. In Philly, where it's going to be chilly in Philly. No rain, very low chance of rain to be there. Wind is going to be at a minimal. It's going to be great football weather. It's going to be chilly, but you know what? That's how you play it in January. That's how you play football in January and February. You play it in the cold. You play it in the snow. It doesn't matter what weather it's like. Unless it's lightning, you play it there. Niners, Eagles. This is a heavyweight bout. Some say probably should be the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl for these two. They say whoever wins this one's going to win the whole thing. We'll see. Mike, listen, I know you're biased on this. You're already wearing the green. You're already saying, you already got Jalen Hurts' private number. You're trying to go ahead and get some type of meet and greet with him. And I don't know what you're going to do with Jalen Hurts, but so I'm just seriously, you just fallen in love with the man over the past 18 weeks. You literally went from hating the man, hating just the way he is. He's not the right quarterback. The Philadelphia Eagles have got the wrong quarterback. To all of a sudden, it's like,
I apologize. I didn't hate him. I just didn't believe in him yet.
You didn't believe in him?
I did not. I still said Super Bowl, but I didn't believe in him.
Now, did you believe in the Eagles?
Oh, no doubt about it. Right. I knew we had a defense to where we can play, and long as he don't do what I thought Jalen was going to do, we was going to be okay. And he shined, and he converted me. I'm converted.
Yeah, you're converted. You went from you went to the religion of the Hurts religion.
Yes,
I was a doubter. Religion. Amen. Can I get an amen?
Amen. I was a bona fide doubter.
So there you go. So with Hurts, what was it really that made you want to believe in him? Like, what did he do that is now making you say Hurts is my man?
Well, I'm gonna say this. He like I was watching him in college, of course, everybody was, and he was surrounded by excellence. I mean, across the board. And it was when you looked at the games he lost, it was when they needed him to do something, and he needed to carry the team. If he had over 20 pass attempts, they lost. And I'm like, man, he's not a guy I think can carry a team. Went to Oklahoma, and I was no, I'm not convinced. I think that's the offense. Like, give me one quarterback that wasn't successful in that offense. Can't name one.
Right.
And then he came to the NFL, and he was stuck with trying to win the starting spot, not sure if they wanted to go that way. And it was just like, oh, man, it might be a rough year, but we're going to win it because the defense was solid, secondary was solid, front 4, 7, of course, everybody knew about. O-line was good. We had a run game. Then the trade came, and it was like, oh, man, all the pieces is coming. If he just don't lose the game, Super Bowl. So, and I told you,
control the offense, game manager, and he's proven it.
Yes, and I told you, I said Super Bowl, and I was like, man, it's gonna take me a couple weeks. We went 3-0. I was like, nah, not yet. 5-0. He getting me. Like 7-0. I was like, all right, I believe in him.
It took you to get to 7-0. See, most people would be happy with 5-2, even 6-1. No. You had to have a set. If he had lost one of those games in the first 7, you think he'd still be doubting it?
I think it would have. I would have had to see what the game looked like, watching the game and seeing how he was. Because sometimes, like I said, sometimes even the ones we lost, they weren't his fault.
Right.
Like the Washington game, he played and we lost to them. I was like, it wasn't his fault. A couple, big fumbles. Every game we lost, it was turnover.
Somebody else did it.
Yeah, it was turnover. Major turnover. Even with his few interceptions, those wasn't game-changing, game-losing interceptions. It was a fumble here, fumble here. I'm still questioning that referee call against Washington when we lost with that last play, but. And some of them plays, and that's across the league. Like, a guy give himself up, and I'm a half a step away. How do I know he gonna do that? Especially coming off that play from the college kid who looked like he was about to slide and said, "Nope, I'm still running." And it's like
the refs have dropped the ball recently. On not recently, just across the board. The refs calling has just been really bad. And it's not even just the refs calling it from the naked eye as the play is going on. You get replays where, this should be overturned. It stays the standards. Right. Why? Nobody can explain it. Even the analysts on the networks, when they have the officiating guy up there, and it's like, this should. I don't understand it. It's like. So it's like now you lose trust in the replay system, even though it's there.
Yeah, it's blatantly obvious.
Yep. All right. 3 o'clock Eastern, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. It is the NFC Championship game. This has come to no surprise to Michael. Probably surprised everybody else in Pennsylvania, including Steeler fans. Like, how the hell did they get there? But so we got Jimmy G, not active. Elijah Mitchell, not active. And everybody else that's sitting there that's not active right now is just is kind of a nobody. So, question real quick: does Brock Purdy scare you?
No, not at all. We spoke about it last week. Other than Dallas, look at who they played.
Right.
Other than that, and then and Dallas showed the recipe, and we got a better rush across the board than Dallas. Okay. So not at all. And then like I said, with you just saying Elijah, their leading rusher from last week out. Christian McCaffrey, calf hurt. They're not speaking about it, but that was hurt last week, and it's still gonna be there. That doesn't recover at the 1 week.
No. But he'll still be playing. He'll get one of those injections, and he'll feel no pain. He'll still be putting up yards.
And that cold weather is going to affect it, no matter what nobody say. So Brock Purdy is not who I'm concerned about. I mean, if anybody that know the game, is the defense.
That's what I was going to bring up next.
The defense.
49er defense. Now they've made some. I've been watching all the sports channels and everybody talking about it. They're saying that the Niners defense is something that can control what Philadelphia is doing. Now, with that being said, do you see Philadelphia changing up their game plan, going maybe rogue from what they've been doing all year, or do you think they're just going to try to pound it right up?
There's no need to change. We like I said, everything's going to go back to they're the number one defense in the league. Okay, right. They said the NFC East was the weakest division. False.
Oh,
their division
by far.
Their division was horrible.
Yes.
With the run, name me one person I think in the top 10 in that division leading in rushing. Who is anybody in that division got a leading rusher? Did anybody get 1,000 yards in that division? Is the real question.
Didn't KJ over at Seattle get one?
Seattle probably the only one. Exactly.
Might be. Yeah. Yeah. So everybody that had 1,000 yards, Pollard, Harris, Ramondre. Wow, Ramondre made it. Yeah, Kenneth Walker. There we go. He had 1,050 yards.
Barely made.
Jamal, Aaron Jones, Etienne, McCaffrey. McCaffrey played half his games in Carolina. So do we really want to count that?
I'll give it to him. It doesn't matter. But that's somebody on their team, so it doesn't matter.
Yes. Right.
So they haven't played. They played those teams 2 times. So you're going to stack. You play Arizona once with Kyler, once without him.
Yep.
You played just a discombobulated offense within the Rams. I don't care what nobody says. Yeah, Seattle gave you some difficulties, but you still handled them.
Jalen Hurts talking about going to talk about the passing game now. Jalen Hurts versus Brock Purdy. Hurts ended the year 3,701 yard. I mean, that's not impressive, but you got to also factor in, his footwork, his scrambling ability. I mean, he's basically, Philadelphia's version of Lamar Jackson.
Yes,
so
yes.
He did throw 66.5%, only 22 touchdowns and 6 picks. Again, 6 picks throughout a 17-game season, pretty damn good. You have to give him that. I think
and he missed a couple. He missed a few games, but still. Yeah.
Yep. So keep that in mind too as well. But Brock Purdy, he doesn't turn the ball over either. Is this something Philly's going to do now? Obviously, Philly's going to be another defense that is above anything they've played so far. I think we discussed that a week ago as well. But they went up against Dallas, and they took care of Dallas. Is Philly's defense?
Did they take care of Dallas, or did Dallas do some things? Because if you go look at them interceptions, Dak threw, boy, with some people wide open.
Yeah.
He didn't read the coverage. The defense for Dallas got him off his landmark, and he missed some wide open receivers because he ain't never had to really run like that. So I'm.
So you're thinking Dallas? You think Dak messed up the game? And not vice versa, the defense didn't blow it, because 19-12 is pretty close.
Exactly.
One big run, 1 touchdown difference.
I think his interceptions just came at the. You can't fault a quarterback when the interception, like his interceptions was his fault.
Right.
But when you throw an interception at the wrong time, and then a team march down to get points when you lost points.
Yeah, that momentum factor.
You know what I mean? And that mindset sometimes changes people's coaching mindset. Like, we're struggling, man. What do we got to do? Now we lean on Dak even heavier. Then you lose Pollard. So I'm like, you beat Dallas, but and it's part of the game. They lost some key elements of it. Because I was 2 seconds away from saying, man, I should have picked Dallas to beat them, but
it was close. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was close. There was nothing going on up to that first quarter, up until the last possession. They went Frisco got a field goal after an interception, but Dallas did hold them. Only hold them for 13 yards.
And that's my thing. I think they said
he started in the red zone, almost in the red zone.
Brock Purdy hasn't thrown an interception. I give him that, but at the same time, look at all the games before Dallas. Did he throw under? Maybe I think he threw under 300 one time, a couple times.
Oh, I think the whole time he's thrown under 300.
But how many touchdowns did he have? That's what I want to see. I want to see how many touchdowns he had between those 7 games he's thrown and how many yards he's averaged those games.
Hang on a second. Let me pull up Purdy. Let me get Purdy here. Throw him up there. So obviously he's going to have very, very little stats here.
I'm just worried about the 7 that he had.
So let's see here. 23 years old, Iowa State, blah, blah, blah. Stats. Here we go. All right. So this year, we'll take a look at the games. He went ahead and he played some really insignificant game in Kansas City as backup. Then week 13 is when he took over against the Dolphins. He won it through 2 touchdowns and a pick, 210 yards. 37 pass attempts with 210 yards. Played the Bucks 185 on 21 attempts, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He beat Seattle 217 yards, 26 attempts, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Commanders 234 on 22 attempts, 2 touchdowns, a pick. The Raiders 35 attempts, 284, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And finally, to end the regular season, the Cardinals, 178 on 20 attempts, 3 touchdowns, no picks. So, yeah, he's not giving the ball a lot, but he's giving a lot more than Garoppolo would be.
Right.
More than
and
9
if
times
you look at, he did all that, and he was averaging 2 touchdowns a game.
And he got knocked around the Arizona. He got sacked 4 times in the Arizona game. That's the most he's ever gotten sacked, besides the Dolphins, which was 3, and the Commanders.
So he was averaging 2 touchdowns a game. They knocked that to 1.
Yep.
He
No. 2, 3.
Yeah, a little bit over 2.
He's never been below 3. Or 2. Excuse me.
So he's averaging 2 and some change for touchdowns a game. He went into Dallas and got 1.
Yep.
We're better than that. And then I'm looking at you win all these points, 33, 35, 21-13 when the game was close, 37 to the Commanders, 34-37 to the Raiders. And I think the Raiders was a little banged up outside of Jacobs. I know their defense was suspect on the front forward. I think they had some key injuries, and their secondary need help, but they were still putting up points on you. And then you came in and just manhandled a Cardinal depleted team.
Right.
Struggled against Dallas with, like I said, you got 2 great, exceptional pass rushers. Now you're gonna face 7, a good rotation. So you're not. I don't see you coming in here just slinging it with your rusher gone. And I'm trying to speak unbiased, but it's just I'm being honest. Like, this man has not faced a team and just really carried a team. Just like the defense has done enough for him, everything for him, and he's just not supposed to lose a game. But if you throw 2 touchdowns and 1 pick, we can handle that, because when you come in, you throw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions and 1 pick. You know what I'm saying? If it's vice versa,
but the thing is also too, you gotta realize too that you guys may have also not faced a defense like San Fran. San Fran may bring it to another level, and so you gotta also watch out for that too.
That is true, and I'm gonna tell you what the big matchup I will be watching is Lane Johnson with the injury and Bosa. That's what I'll be watching. Honestly, I think that's going to determine a whole lot.
Yeah, Bosa's a killer. So.
And then at the same time, tell me, I'm gonna look at their schedule again. You give me an O lineman, like who have you?
Let's look at it this way. So let's look at it this way. All these teams, I think, with the exception of Miami, I have to double check, but I think Miami had a winning record or just barely a losing record. I think all these teams
outside of Seattle,
but. I think outside of Seattle, all of them had losing records.
Yeah, their whole season. Commanders did.
Okay.
Commanders had a winning record. Barely.
You're not talking 13 and 4, 14 and 3 records. No, you're talking 9 and 8. So yeah. Granted, this is going to be an epic test. It is going to be something that they're going to be prepared for. It's not going to be a shocker. They're going to make sure that they're going to put themselves in the best position possible. Yes, you got one running back down, but you still got C-Mac going on out there. So, or CMC, you still got him going out there. So we're gonna have to see how the offense on both teams. We're just gonna have to. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think so
too. I just everybody's like, oh, didn't this, and this is This is the 49ers fans. Didn't Dallas score 40-something points on y'all? Yeah. And didn't we score 30 on them? And we scored 30 on them with a backup. So if you stopped them on 40 and we scored 30, which is going to be more consistent?
You know what? You also got any given Sunday. Any given Sunday, a team can just go ahead and just crap the bed. So, and again, all that talk, it's like, well, we beat this team, we beat that team. You know what? We beat Buffalo once by just running the ball down their throat, and it was a windy day and a cold day, and so Mac wasn't throwing the ball, but we still beat him.
Correct.
Yeah, again, all situational. This time around, beautiful weather, Yes, it's going to be freezing, but that's championship football. That's an advantage for Philly.
Yes.
That looks really good for Philly heading to Arizona in a couple of weeks. It looks really good. Not going to say I'm going to pick Philly.
If you want them winning.
But I'm telling you, Brock is looking at this game as like, this is payday.
Oh, yeah. This is
If I go ahead and beat the Eagles, and I don't care if I win or lose the Super Bowl, if I get them to the big game, damn, there's going to be some rumblings in training camp next year. There's going to be some rumblings. If you don't want to put me in the starting lineup, I know I can play. Well, are you sure? Are you sure it's just not?
And like I keep telling everybody, it's like it's not. He's not losing games. I want to keep telling everybody that he's not losing games.
I agree, because you're looking at him, you're not seeing these big numbers. You're not seeing 300-400 yards a game, throwing for 40, 50 times. You're right. He's not losing games. He's also not winning games.
And that's what everybody don't understand. That's why I say when Trey come back, it's his job still.
But take a look. Take a look, though. Take a look. What is winning games for San Francisco? It's their defense.
And moving and trying to. Well, that's anybody on offense moving and getting mismatches with Debo and McCaffrey. That's why you bought him. Kittle is a nightmare at tight end. I don't care what nobody say. He's top 3, top 4 in the league.
I think he's probably what right now? Yeah, 1 or 2. I think it's him and Kelsey.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that match? Can you imagine that Super Bowl, Kelsey and Kittle, 1-on-1? Oh wait, we already saw that.
Right, and they got mad.
Saw that, and it didn't matter because KC just went ahead and just routed them.
Yeah. And then I look at that and I'm like, offensively, how much difference where you couldn't stop Kansas City are we from them offensively? And I think we have a better run game than they do.
I think no. You gotta step it back on this one. Now Kansas, and we'll get to that here in just a second. But Kansas City has also got a limpy quarterback. But even if he wasn't limpy, I think Pacheco, man, they know they have that running game down. They're not hurting for a running game. Pacheco is down. He's good. He's good. I honestly. Yeah, Mahomes is not going to go ahead and do a quarterback keeper and everything like that, but still, they got a nice pickup there with Pacheco.
But that's all part of the run game. Is what I'm saying is
yes.
When I say our run game is a little bit better than theirs, you have to worry about that extra guy running
a little bit. Your passing game ain't. Listen, if it comes down to Philly and KC, you guys are in trouble.
You really believe that? I love that.
I believe so.
Okay, I like that.
I just think the passing game for Kansas City is just way too much for a lot of teams. Not saying it's not going to be for Philly, but I'm just saying it's way too much.
No.
And KC's defense is pretty stout as well. I don't think it's stout as San Francisco. So I think if you can get past San Francisco, I think you're okay offensively, but you still got to worry about the offensive KC if that's where it comes down to. A lot of things for that to happen. Number one, Philly has to win.
Yeah, of course.
We'll find out. We'll find out that about 6:30 or so, depending if overtime was. Let's also remind everybody, overtime rules are different in the playoffs. A lot of people you don't know because I don't think we've had to go to overtime yet.
No.
There is obviously no ties. It's not a one and done. So if the team wins the coin toss, goes down and scores a touchdown, we're still playing.
Yeah.
We're still playing. That's a new rule that put in for the playoffs only. I have a feeling that's going to be a permanent rule going forward because I think everybody still is, well, it is good. A touchdown here. And I think they need to expand it back to 15 minutes because there's not enough time to have 2 drives and then maybe a third to there's not enough time. They have to put that back to 15 minutes. I really like the XFL rule, though. When they come in, we're going to be talking XFL probably next week, too, because we're going to get started on their season opener, which is the week after the Super Bowl, actually the Saturday after the Super Bowl. So when we talk Super Bowl, which, by the way, programming note, it is going to be, what did we put down in the flyer? 3 p.m. is our Super Bowl kickoff show.
Man said 3 hours.
3 hours. We are going to have, or we're going to try to have everybody from the ASAP family, the ASAP Sports Network family on, giving their analysts. Yes, I said it right. Analysts, predictions, who they think is going to win. We're going to do prop bets. We are going to do Super Bowl squares. Not looking for any money, but I'm going to give everybody a number of squares that they can pick from, and we'll see what happens just for fun. But we're going to have all that going on. It's going to be a heck of a show. Make sure you tune in. 3-hour pregame. It's going to be epic. Epic. And it could involve the Eagles. Could. They got the home field. They got the chilly weather. And they have a rookie quarterback. That rookie quarterback, though, hasn't lost yet. Let's see how that Philadelphia defense, if it scares him. If it scares him, or will the 49er defense make Jalen Hurts see ghosts? We'll see. That's happening at 3 p.m. The 6:30 game is the one that we're going to be watching between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals, a repeat of last year's AFC Championship game, and a repeat in the same damn spot back in Arrowhead. You know, it's kind of like a bad wrestling booking. It's like, listen, we just saw this at WrestleMania last year. Why do we need to see it again? Well, it's because that's how damn good these two teams are. And we finally understood that there is no conspiracy to have Buffalo go in the Super Bowl. Thank God. I mean, listen, I think it would have been a hell of a story if they did make it and won it, you know, all that good, you know, rah-rah stuff. But no conspiracy. Cincinnati went ahead and took that out. But Cincinnati going into Arrowhead again. Mahomes, just like Elijah Mitchell. He's not, just like McCaffrey. He's hurt, but he's playing. High ankle sprain, coach. Tell me what that is. And how is a quarterback like Mahomes going to be able to play through and keep his elite level?
He's not going to be able to do that improvisation like he normally does, where he can dance around and move around for 15 seconds and find somebody downfield. So that's going to be truly affected. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of quick game, get the ball out of his hand. Pacheco probably going to get leaned on a little bit more this week. And they're going to try to slow the game down. This is what I would do, slow the game down so he's doing more shotgun handoff. He probably won't get under the center as much. That ankle for a quarterback period is brutal. But a high ankle sprain for a mobile quarterback is going to be affected.
Yeah, agreed. You know? Now, didn't he have something when he played the Bucs in the Super Bowl that one time? I think his knee or something.
Something was hurting, and you've seen the difference in him.
Yes,
he was definitely hurting.
That was not Mahomes like we're used
to.
So, what has to happen now? Of course, now this one I don't. Do you have I'm saying a pick, but is there a team that you would like to see, especially if Philly makes it? Who would you like to have them play?
Injured Mahomes, KC.
Okay.
But if not with the injury of 3 offensive linemen with Cincinnati, I'll take Cincinnati because of our defensive front.
Okay. Now, what if again Mahomes makes it? Just let's hypothetical.
He makes it 2 weeks.
Mahomes makes it. He has 2 weeks to recover. What is his situation like?
That is not a 2-week injury. A high ankle sprain. Now he has the treatment and they got everything to make it feel a whole lot better.
Hang on, John. I'll get to you here in a second. Go ahead.
But just walking, he's gonna feel like 100%. Once you get to moving and you trying to push off that and you're gonna feel it.
Gotcha.
Even he gonna walk into the game and it's gonna be like adrenaline, but you're gonna see the gimp in his walk once he's moving around, even after 2 weeks, 3 weeks. High ankle sprain inside, he's going to feel it tonight and in 2 weeks if they win.
All right. John, go ahead. You're on.
Good luck today, Mike.
Appreciate you, brother. We're going to win for you.
No, John, John, let me ask you a question. Now, you're a Cowboy fan, of course, through and through. You've been harassing our co-host and me all about
Yep.
the Cowboys and everything like that. So let me ask you this.
You got it.
But let me ask you this. Being a Cowboy
Go
fan,
ahead.
do you like
Right.
to see the Eagles make it, or do you really don't want them to make it?
I'm voting. I'm NFC, so it's got to be the Eagles. Ride or die with the NFC. You know.
Well, San Francisco's NFC too.
Well, you're in my division. That's what
All
I'm
right.
talking about. You know, and matter of fact, I got the Eagles today, went straight up, and I got the over. I believe it's 48. I don't have my ticket with me.
Ooh.
And I took San Fran. Wait a minute. Who's playing Chiefs?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati. Cincinnati straight up win, no points, and I took the over, which is 45.
I take that one.
So you take
48.
You're taking the over. You're taking the over on both games.
Yep.
I don't know about the
I think
Philly
it's
game
gonna be high
though.
scoring.
I don't know about the Philly game.
I think Philly's going to be a shootout.
I think it's opposite. I think it's opposite.
I think 24 wins it.
Where's the other coach?
He ain't on yet.
He's lost.
He's still playing.
He said he was on an hour ago.
So who do I play? Who the Cowboys play next, Fox?
Whoever you want, brother.
We got to see who you got in preseason.
Anyways, I'm going to get off here. Just got out of work, and good luck today.
Appreciate you.
All right. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, John, avid Cowboy fan. He's pulling for the Eagles. I don't get it. Me, if Buffalo is playing today, somebody killed Josh Allen. Somebody just destroyed that team.
And I'm like this. This is me. I'm cheering for the team that's playing the team that put me out. So if the 49ers win, I'm probably going to be cheering for whoever in the AFC.
Yep, that's me. Because me, I can't stand anybody in my division. I hate the Jets, hate the Dolphins, hate the Bills. I think they all can rot in hell. I don't care how much they make it.
Well, you know, Dallas in a no-win situation with the Niners and the Eagles. Interdivision, you hate them.
Yeah,
you've always been, you in a no-win situation.
Yeah, you're a Dallas fan. You just got knocked out by the Niners. But the Eagles are in the same division, and they kicked your ass. Yeah, you might as well go AFC. You might as well just go ahead and say, I don't care who wins in the AFC, I'm riding with them. You just might as well go ahead and change conferences at that point if you're a Cowboy fan right now. Just might as well. It's not looking good. Oh man. But yeah, big game, big games. Come on now. Let's be realistic. What does, going back to the Eagle game, what does the Eagles have to do besides obviously not turn the ball over? We get that. That's a given. What is the game plan for the Eagles to win against San Fran? What do they have to do to win against San Fran?
Force Purdy to beat them. I wouldn't be shocked if you see early on a little bit more man coverage. I'm forcing Purdy to check out of whatever run they're in, and Purdy has to beat me. Purdy, I want you to throw the ball 40 times today. And if you throw it 40 and you beat me still, the 49ers can win the Super Bowl. So, and that's any other game. You know, the easy answer is stop the run, but my thing is to force Purdy to beat me. Purdy has to come out here, 353 touchdowns, and if one interception, but no interception. Purdy has to beat the Eagles.
Gotcha. I mean, that's kind of a given there. So you can basically put it in the rookie's hands.
Yeah.
To go ahead and bring your team to glory.
Got to. Have to. I'm not going to let McCaffrey do all kind of stuff. We're probably going to have a guy. I would have Slate chasing Debo all game. And Debo comes off the field a few times because he's carrying the ball as a running back. So that keeps him off the field some. So Purdy has to beat the Eagles for the 49ers to win.
Okay.
Purdy can't have a 210-yard game with 1 touchdown and they win. They're not going to do that.
Now, what if – now, here's the thing. So, Purdy can check it down, and Debo can run at 70 yards. We've already seen that.
Yeah.
Is that something that Philadelphia you see likely to do, is to give up a 70-yard touchdown on a quick 5-yard slant?
No. And not saying it can't happen. I don't see that happening today. With the whole secondary healthy, I don't see that happening today. I definitely see him. I think you're gonna, like I said, a little more press bail technique, showing, we're gonna go deep, and they bail on it. He holds the ball longer, sack, get him out of pressure. You're gonna see some bump and run in situations.
Yep.
You're gonna see some, sitting in some coverage. Some people call it a catch technique, where you showing that you're gonna bail. You're at 6-7 yards, you're gonna bail, but you're really waiting. So I think they're gonna mix it up a whole lot.
They need to confuse them. That's going to be the thing, and that's what I thought Dallas would do, is to confuse the hell out of them. And either it wasn't good enough, but it did keep them under 20 points.
Yeah.
So I
don't think 19 beats the Eagles.
Depending on their defense, you never know. I do think it's going to be low scoring though. I'm not.
I think 24. I think 24 wins it. I see 24-13.
But yeah, you might be right. I'm thinking more like 17-10, 17-14.
Ooh, you saying close? Okay.
I think it's going to be close, and I think it's going to be really low. I don't think anybody scores.
I don't think 40. What do you say? 48?
I think 48 is
outrageous. I would under that. And if I lose under 48, I'll just be like, that shocked me. For the what, number 1 and number 2 defense, based on what you're talking about for the Eagles?
Yeah, it can't be a shootout. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't.
If it is, I'm shocked. I'll be shocked as hell. Yeah, but I'm seeing like 17-14, 17-13, 17-10, something like that. Somewhere around that neighborhood. I don't think anybody scores 20. And who knows if they're really on their game, could be Philadelphia 14-3.
Yeah.
So.
The fan in me was like, I wish it would be 38, 30, 20. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's
a 48 block, but it's like, I don't see that happening, man. I want to so bad, and just give you breathing room, and you're cheering for, but 48 points, whew.
Anybody hitting for the Eagle and Niner game? Anybody hitting 100 yards rushing or 300 yards passing today?
I don't see the Eagles giving up 100 rushing yards. But
Mitchell's not playing, so it's going to be all on CMC. It's all going to be on him. So they're going to be loaded up on him. Now, does Debo go back to his running back position?
But I was about to say that. Like, do you say 100 yards as a unit?
No. Well,
as a unit.
You got the number 1, number 2 defenses. So, let me rephrase the question. Are we looking at, as a unit, 125 yards rushing or 300 yards? Well, 300 yards passing, that's going to be, with taking away sacks.
I don't see a 100-yard rush. I'm trying not to be a fan and say, Miles get it, but
no, well, that's good. That's what I don't want the fan.
Yeah, I don't see a 100-yard rusher. I don't see a 100-yard. As a unit, I see the Eagles getting it. I think without Elijah, I don't see San Francisco getting it. Even with Debo and CMC, 100-yard rushing, I don't see it. You thinking, but you go Gainwell, Miles, Jalen, 100-yard rushing, yes. 300 yards passing. Fan bias defense, Jalen, yes. Birdie, no. But now, if he's just having that great day, he had to have a great day. He had 40 attempts to get 300. But I say Jalen get 300. I think the 300 that happened before the rushing yards.
So the Eagles, the opening line was 2.5 favorites. and the over/under was 46. Again, I'd say it's an under.
Still under 46. Yeah,
and of course, I would take. I guess I'm picking. I'm going to take the Eagles with the points because I think they're going to win by more than a field. I think they're going to win by at least a field goal. I don't think it's going to be like a 17-16 game where it's a 2-point conversion. Somebody blows it. Oh man, Coach, if you're in that situation, you're down. You scored a touchdown to make it 17-16. Do you tie it, go to overtime, or do you go for the 2-pointer to win it?
Ooh,
knowing the arsenal that you have, knowing you got Hurts, knowing you got everybody on that offense, but you're facing that defense. 2-pointer to take your team to the Super Bowl and skip overtime.
I know. I get a possession, and I know my defense. And as a head coach, I'm looking down at my DC. We got him in overtime. And if he say yeah, and it's 16-17, coach, we good. We kicking it.
Okay.
Now, if my kicker is Dallas kicker, we're going for 2.
My God, what in the world is happening? He hit like a wall or something?
Man, he had
this. God, just like he cursed you. You're cursed.
This next 2 weeks, you're getting fired. You did something bad to somebody, and karma done caught up, boy.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy.
Yeah, but with my kicker, my defense, my coordinator, we kicking it. We kicking. When you ask me, I start thinking like, ooh, what would I call? Ooh, 3 yards. I'm not calling quarterback sneak, even though he can probably get 3 yards. Ooh, but I could bunch them in there, make it thinking, and we got all kind of plays off of it. Ooh, I could go slant.
You start going down the rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh
yeah,
do it. Let's go.
I seen. I was like, ooh, you can go twins right, motion over there with Goddard, quick slant, which makes a quick pick, natural, quick out, boom. I was like, boy, that'd be the day the D lineman get a hand on the ball, and you see all the bad things too. But
I got Philadelphia 17-13. Coach, give me your pick and your score.
I got Philly, and I said 24. I give them, let me see. 10, 24-13. That's what I said. 24-13. A touchdown. I give him one touchdown on the swing pass or rushing attempt, and the rest field goals.
Okay. All right. So we're on the same page. We see Eagles going to the Super Bowl. They will be the NFC representative in Arizona. Now we go to the AFC. This is the late game. This starts at 6:30 on CBS. It is in Arrowhead Stadium with a banged up Patrick Mahomes going up against a very healthy Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. This one is going to be interesting. This is a rematch. You know Kansas City has got revenge on their mind.
Yeah.
But you got a banged up Mahomes. But you also got a running back there you didn't have last time Mahomes was banged up and played Tampa. You also got a better offensive line that's been playing a little bit better. But Mahomes still relies on extending plays. He's not going to have that ability anymore, or if it's going to be limited. What do you see happening with the defense of Cincinnati against the offense of Kansas City? Me personally, I see Pacheco doing a good job running the ball, but I don't think it's enough.
I definitely don't. I told you last week, the Eagles will play based on Mahomes' health. Twisted ankle, Cincinnati. Even with the 3 linemen, like I said, from not starters out with the offensive line for the Bengals, but their run game is still solid. Their pass game is phenomenal. Joe Burrows is doing an excellent job. The receiving core is one of the top tier in the league. It's going to be hard to beat them. And that defense, I think, going to get a lot of they may not get the sacks because I think he can get out. He's going to be a little able to move, but that dancing around, that spinning, and that he's going to get rid of the ball once he get out the pocket.
All right.
You're going to see again. And I'm telling you now, and watch how they do it. As soon as
I've seen him when he came back in there. If there was a gimp, it wasn't to the naked eye. It was somebody really focusing on it. I mean, he still was able to sling that ball and get the win.
No, but he was not able to do the Mahomes thing. He's going to be able to play. You're going to see it, and you know they're going to his walk in when he comes in the stadium. They're going to be looking for him, and everybody. That's the first thing everybody's going to talk about. That's going to be the first thing when he walk in the stadium. How is he walking? Does he have a boot on? I'm of course nobody showed no pictures of him with a boot this week, but
of course not. No way.
But I know he had one. Like, hey, you got to fight through it when you're outside. Don't do a lot of movement.
It could be dressed up as a cowboy boot, but it's still going to be a whole lot bigger than that other foot.
So you're gonna see that as soon as he walk in, they're gonna focus on his walk. When he's warming up, it's gonna be a lot of film on him on how he's dropping back. So you're gonna see a lot of him, and that's gonna be the talk of like earlier. I seen them talking about how they're gonna tape his ankle. So if you weren't about taping his ankle, he's injured.
Yeah.
He's hurt. Let me say that. Injured mean you can't play. Hurt mean you're playing.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's playing.
Yeah,
hurt.
he's hurt.
But listen, the magnitude of this game, I don't think there's any realistic man quarterback. You got to be a man.
Yeah.
I don't care how hurt you are. You have a broken ankle. You go ahead and you get a stint out there and you play. This is to get to the Super Bowl. This is your. Listen, I don't condone anybody playing injured. Let's put it that way. But in the magnitude of this game, if you can walk, you play.
You play. That's it.
We'll figure out a way.
2-3 times a day.
Byron Leftwich got carried off by two offensive linemen as he was driving down the field for a winning touchdown.
Yeah.
Could not walk. That's a whole other story. I don't think it would happen this time, but still. The odds on this one here is a 2-point favorite for Kansas City. However, majority is right now picking Cincinnati. Big. Now, I don't know if that's the case. Again, that's the case with Cincinnati. Out of the analysts that I've seen, there's been like one or two picking KC out of like up against 10. This is in Kansas City. The points are 48. This one, I could see Cincinnati getting the better of it and going off. But again, Kansas City's got that home field advantage. Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. You know he's going to figure a way to get it done. Again, they go ahead and seemingly, I think they go ahead and tailor that play calling to fit his injury. What does Cincinnati need to do on offense to beat the defense of KC?
Don't change. Don't change. Honestly, don't change. Stick with what you do and continue to master what you're doing. Don't change. Do not change. Because you have everything you need in place to beat them offensively. Your defense, I think, I think this, and once again, this is a coach coming at you.
Okay.
Mahomes, I'm coming for you. I need to know how effective your ankle is. So we gonna lock up and we coming. So expect 2-3 blitzes on that first drive to purposely make you hurry up and move. And when I don't come, I'm probably gonna drop 8 and send 3 and see how you move around in that pocket.
So it's gonna be a big chess match.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost time to go to the big screen.
I have Cincinnati.
Yes.
34-28.
Ooh. So you got the over 46.
I do have the over on this one.
Yeah. Ooh. 34.
I think they got enough firepower to do it. And I think they're going to get a couple of interceptions off Mahomes.
I'm worried about them scoring the 26 is the point I'm looking at. Is the Mahomes factor is what I'm scared of, the 26. I like the 34. I got Cincinnati. I like the 34.
Actually, it's 34-28. I haven't scored 4 touchdowns.
Hey.
I think KC's got firepower too.
Yeah, I just think
I think they're gonna have a game plan going around what Mahomes can do. Like you said, they're probably just gonna do a lot of shotgun, a lot of get it out of there 2 seconds or less, and Pacheco just ramming it up the middle.
34-26, 34-26. You said 28.
Mm-hmm.
34. I can see the 34. With the 34, they would only need 22. Let's go 30. I'm gonna get the 46. Oh, 37, 38. They get a couple touchdowns, 1 field goal. 38, 21, 38, 24. 38, 24.
That'd bring you to 62 points. Remember, 30 and 20 is 50. Then you're adding another 12 in there. So
then we're gonna take some off. My math is going crazy. So 46.
If you let Cincinnati scoring 38,
take. Let's go 34. I just don't see 20 points from them. So let's take it. Go down. 46 is the point. They get 34.
So you'd say it's Kansas City only going to get 12 or 13?
Yep.
Wow.
I think they fighting.
34-13? Is that what you're going with?
Yep, I'm going to stick with it.
All right. So, close game. Well, I have a close game in Philly. Mike's got it by 11 points. It's not as close. I have a close game in Kansas City. Mike sees the Cincinnati blowing him out.
And I'm going to tell you why. The secondary in KC is what I'm worried about. They're young, and they're going against a receiving core that's just crazy. 34, yeah. I give them 20. I give it 54. I give them 20.
Okay.
I give them 20.
34-20.
34-20. Write that one down. I give them 20.
All right, there you go. There's our picks. We have Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Super Bowl 57 in Arizona in 2 weeks. And that's going to close it out. Get ready, folks. Game time in 5 minutes. We'll let you go ahead.
Well, all these people. Ooh, do you see all this going on?
Where?
In the meeting part. I got Chiefs and Niners by Randy, Bengals and Niners by Mike. Okay, nobody has faith. Nobody has faith. We're gonna have some humble pie.
It's gonna be a lot going on.
Ooh-wee. I'm with it. I'm about to go enjoy.
Let me go for this. I didn't see anybody in the chat, so I guess they're over here on the Facebook. Randy is picking Chiefs and Niners. So basically complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is picking Bengals Niners, repeat of Super Bowl 23.
That's on. And Vic haven't sent his yet.
Oh no, he's still lost. He has no idea what we're doing. All right. Kickoff is in 4 minutes. We're going to go ahead and say adios. Let you go ahead, take a whiz, get a beer, maybe some pretzels. Mike, any closing words besides go Eagles go?
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
You know something? I'm going to bring this real quickly. For my birthday weekend, we went to Disney. We went to a restaurant. We were sat down, surrounded by Eagle fans doing the Fly Eagles Fly chant.
You had a great time.
I told them go Patriots, and they booed me out of the restaurant. So maybe it's an omen. Maybe the Eagles are finally. Well, you know what? They already won one, but still, with Jalen Hurts now, they're looking pretty dominant. Enjoy the games, everybody, and we will see you next week for Pro Bowl week, going over the Super Bowl and the XFL, since the XFL is happening the following Saturday. So take care, everybody, and we will see you next week. Adios.
Have a good one.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so time for laces. All sports, all plays.